Everybody. Thanks for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Megan Ruskowski. I'm a marketing manager here at Treehouse Interactive. We're going to continue the Channel Marketers Toolbox webinar series with Sean McCaffrey, who's the Vice President of Channel Sales at ViaWest. In today's webinar, maximize your partner program for increased channel revenue with PRM. I'm going to go ahead and get started and just give you a brief overview of Treehouse Interactive in case you're not familiar. Treehouse is a SaaS provider of award-winning solutions for partner relationship management and marketing automation platform. We're headquartered in Salt Lake City, and we're founded in 1997. We're privately held and have been profitable year over year since our founding. Our customers range from small to medium-sized businesses to global 1000s and include companies like Commvault, Rackspace, ServiceNow, and of course our webinar partner today, ViaWest. Treehouse is a Salesforce CRM partner and member of the AppExchange. We're an Oracle Gold partner as well as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM partner. Now, I just want to give you a little bit of our philosophy on webinars. We created this series to bring you real-world content full of recommendations and advice that you can, go back to your desk and immediately implement. We like to use existing real-world examples whenever possible just to make sure the content is relevant to you. Now, just a little housekeeping. We will be recording this webinar, and we'll email you the archive link as soon as it's available. Also, if you have questions along the way, please go ahead and use the chat function to the right of your GoToWebinar control panel, and we'll take questions at the end. Now I'd like to go ahead and bring on Reagan Wilson. Reagan is the Director of Sales here at Treehouse Interactive. She has more than 15 years of experience in the sales and channel, and she's held multiple, she's worked for multiple companies, high tech like Microsoft, Cisco, and Intel, and she's become a demonstrated leader in marketing automation. Has just a world of experience to share with us. So Reagan, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on.
Thanks, Megan, for that great introduction. I have the privilege of introducing our speaker today, and Sean McCaffrey from ViaWest. I've had the opportunity to work with Sean for several years now. He's a seasoned channel executive with over 14 years of channel experience. He's helped small and large organizations get their partner programs up and running. He was specifically brought into ViaWest to get their channel strategy going, and he was critical to getting their portal up and running. So I'll bring Sean in now. Thanks for joining us today, Sean.
Yeah, thank you, Reagan, and thank you, Megan. Really good to be here, and good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, as Reagan mentioned, I have the experience really with large and small companies, being public and private, and with my background working not only internationally and nationally, I've really had a good kind of opportunity to look at the landscape of PRM platforms, and so I'm just really excited to be here today with Treehouse and give you kind of any insight that I have that can help you in your decision making with PRM and particularly Treehouse.
Well, thank you. So let's go ahead and get started. Sean, do you want to share a little bit of background on and give people an overview of who ViaWest is?
Sure. So ViaWest was formed in 1998 as an internet service provider in Denver, Colorado. Shortly after, we moved very quickly into predominantly the co-location space. So if all you're familiar with co-location, it's really that move of physical to virtual, right? So we started concentrating on co-location for the first 5-6 years of operation, and then really made a good hard move into providing cloud services, which I'll come on to in a minute. So now we have a real depth and breadth of services and solutions across our complete business from co-location to cloud. We have 27 data centers, which majority of them are owned by ViaWest. They're owned and operated. Some of the earlier ones in our history were a leasing arrangement, but the newer ones, and you can see here on the slide, we're just very proud to open 3 new markets just in 2014 in Minneapolis, in Denver, which is our 5th data center, and then in Phoenix, in Arizona. So we're expanding very rapidly. Business is growing, exponentially, and we're we really looked at what can we do in terms of a platform to support not only our direct business and our channel business, which we'll come on to Treehouse and their platform a little later. Some of the solutions and the full suite of solutions that we have, again, is really starting with co-location. We see co-location as a Trojan horse into our other solutions, particularly in cloud, but we're not just limited to just co-location into cloud, but cloud standalone, whether that's managed or unmanaged services in the cloud. Today, our cloud is located in our Denver and Salt Lake data centers with a interconnection between all the data centers from a cloud perspective into Denver and Salt Lake. But all of our data centers are interconnected no matter where a customer chooses to put their infrastructure, whether it be in the cloud or from a co-location perspective, having a managed service or remote hands from be it disaster recovery or replication or compliance, whichever a customer may need. So, we pride ourselves that we're very local, but yet we do cover nationally with our 27 data centers, predominantly in the Midwest and West, but we are looking for all opportunities as well on the East Coast. But from a cloud perspective, as you can imagine, that generally isn't an issue. So when we come on to the partner program, when I joined ViaWest in July, we had an existing program, but it just wasn't, let's say, organized from a partner perspective in a real programmatic way. So one of the things that we really strove to do, and we did it together with Treehouse, is how do we relaunch and enhance the partner program that we had, and what are the tools and the infrastructure that we need to accomplish that. So you can see on this slide, there's 3 pillars that we really tried to strive for in working with not only our current partners and kind of migrating them to this platform and program, but for prospect partners as well. So really it was all about transparency and simplicity and working out a segmentation from our partners that worked for them. So we strive to align to their model with our partners in terms of agents, real estate brokers, and then traditional referral and resell solution partners. Being in the co-location business, we do have a lot of master agents and real estate brokers that drive a lot of the referral business. But from a resale perspective, we also have the typical system integrators, managed service providers, et cetera. So really, how do we create not only a program, but a platform that can appeal to them, as well as provide a persona-based option, which we do with Treehouse, that these partners can come in and get the look, feel, content that is specific to their business and how they drive their business. And then what we did is how do we take it the next step and build on the success of the program that we had by accelerating in a tiered way. So what we did is we created 3 tiers, well really 4. We have Platinum Plus, Platinum, Gold, and Silver. So all the partners coming in really start at Silver unless the monthly recurring revenue exceeds the minimum amount. So what we have in our program is Silver starts at up to $5,000 is 5%, up to 10% for Gold, up to $10,000 for Gold would equate to 10%, and then up to $25,000 of MRR in a given 12-month period would equate to 15%, either commission or discount if you're reselling. And then in our Platinum Plus program, we're offering 18% for commission or resell for anything $25,000 and above of MRR, again, in a 12-month period. So what we tried to do is combine some really attractive commission rates with also a payment option that gives our partners the ability to get paid completely upfront on the term length that the customer is signing, or a residual over the life of the contract. And we do stress with our partners that we do pay for life of the customer. So as long as the customer is staying with ViaWest, they can be paid potentially up to 10, 15 years. And what we're finding with ViaWest, given our reputation and our service and our support, that on average a customer is staying up to 9 years. So it's really attractive for partners to again, partner with ViaWest because they get a dedicated channel account manager, they get a client services representative that follows through with them, and from our support perspective, we have a 100% uptime guarantee with our customers, which all leads to a very stickiness with our partners to our customers, which we try to make our partners look good in terms of the services that we provide.
That sounds like a pretty lucrative offering to your partners. A pretty good program.
Yeah, and that's where Reagan, from a partner program, I think that's you can create a program and tiers. We want to make it as attractive as possible, but really, how do you also provide the tools and the infrastructure that make it very easy for partners to consume and do that? And that was critical in our decision, in combining kind of the attractiveness of our program with a platform like Treehouse.
Sure, because you really start with the fundamentals of having a value proposition for your partners and a reason for them to do business with you, but there's a whole other component that goes along with that and assisting them and how they service sell and support your product. How did you balance that, having the lucrative selling model with your partners where you're giving them the recurring revenue and balance that with the other side of that and helping them sell?
Right. So it was really kind of a slam dunk for us. What we want to do not only is to make it attractive, because you want to build a partnership of repeatable business, right? And with repeatable business means we want to be more than just tactical. We want to be strategic, so that we provide a way that partners will see the attractiveness of working with ViaWest, and bringing leads and that close to opportunities, which are great for the partner and of course great for ViaWest. So by providing attractiveness from an infrastructure point of view for them to register their leads and come in and to do that in a very simple, transparent way, we provided that enabled us to really kind of grow our existing partner base, but also in turn grow our business with our partners. So it's been a win-win for everyone, I think.
That's great.
So I think maybe from here, Reagan, let's look at some of the content that we have and maybe go into our portal itself. This is just a little screenshot of some of the collateral that we have on our portal under our marketing section. So as we discussed before, well, Reagan, why don't you take us into the demo, kind of the portal, and I'll do just a little bit of walkthrough. But what was important really for us is, A, how do partners consume our services? How do we make it easy and transparent in terms of information for partners to manage their business and manage the business they do with ViaWest? So here you'll see the landing page for our new partners, right? That come in. There's a partner login for partners that have just now signed up. So basically what we try to design here is that let's make it front and center for the partner to log in, make it easy. You'll see there's not a lot of content around it. It's very just kind of clean, and enabling them to log in. And then there's a button at the top, right, that gives a program overview and benefits on the sub-tab that takes the partners through really what is ViaWest providing, what are the benefits of being a partner with ViaWest, and why you should become a partner with us, and really what is our differentiators? Because like you all know, programs are programs, but the way you differentiate yourself and with your customer is providing that little extra. So that could be with tools, that could be with support, that could be with both really. So what we're trying to give to the partners is a complete differentiated experience than what other vendors are providing. Some of this is a little bit of me too. Everyone needs a platform to do this, but not everyone has a really great platform and infrastructure that provides partners this kind of visibility. So on this tab here, you can see that we define our partners. We're very clear on kind of what does it mean to be a solution partner, an agent, and a broker. Then as we scroll down, you'll see the partner benefits of being in the Platinum, Gold, and Silver program, and really trying to give partners all of the information they need to make an informed decision about partnering with ViaWest.
And then from this point, the next step's really right. The partner's excited about your program. It's a good fit for them. They can just apply for membership? Correct.
Yeah, so there's a button as you just clicked on and become a partner. Obviously we don't want to make this too onerous, so it's very, very simple and easy. Click on this button. You have your primary contact, your company information. All the information you fill out here will carry over when you actually register a lead once you become a partner. So it has the information, of course, on yourself as well as the customer you'd be registering. Now, this is important in that we can capture partner information here. It also sends an email that we're informed. And our channel account managers are informed of when a partner applies, and basically once they apply, on the back end it'll show us really a partner has come in, and let's reach out to that partner and understand what their business is. Really, from a segmentation point of view, what are they? Are they a master agent? How are they going to market? Gives us all the needed, really, visibility of what a partner does with us up front, and that way we're smarter when we talk to the partner, but also as it carries through into the persona-based look, view, and feel. Once they log into the portal, it just gives us a real quick and easy way and easy for the partner to transition into the program.
Great. So let's go ahead and log in as a partner and take a look at what the portal looks like inside.
Okay.
Very good. Looks like you've won some awards. This is good.
Yeah, we're very proud. Yeah, very proud about, as I look at our ViaWest business, we're roughly 30% of our revenue is attributed to channel. And I think we have a very good mix of kind of direct to indirect. There is no really channel conflict because, as we have channel managers these leads that are submitted on here are passed through to our direct AE reps. So there's really a symbiotic relationship that our channel guys are measured on leads and going deeper with partners to develop relationships on repeatable business. And our direct AEs is just another lead generation engine that they're working with the channel account manager and the customer to drive those leads. So we've been successful, and we're really proud about that. Reagan,
before we dive in here, Sean, I know you came in, and this is the fruits of your labors, and this is where the program's gone since you've joined the team. Maybe we should take a step back and maybe talk through some of the challenges that ViaWest was facing with the partner program when you came on board, and the opportunity that you saw for improvement, and kind of talk folks through the process you went through and what you thought you could bring to the table, and how you got there from how you got to here from where you were when you started. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. I think many of you out there who are either have a PRM or are looking for one, right? I've been kind of on both sides. So when I came into ViaWest, we had no formal partner relationship manager kind of platform that could accomplish what you're seeing here, right? So basically the challenge is how do we take something that's extremely manual? We had a program where on the corporate portal, if someone was interested in becoming a partner, there was no collateral on what the partner program was. It was basically, are you interested? Send us an email. I think now, as we progress with partners, really, there's a lot of vendors out there that are vying for all of course, our partners' business. So we really need to not only keep up with the Joneses, but like I said before, how do we differentiate with tools and infrastructure to do that? So in ViaWest, it was very, very difficult to really track partners, track kind of from a persona-based who these partners were, because basically everything that was being done manually and in a vacuum. There was no one centralized place that all this was done. The manually shooting out of the contracts was done manual. So it was very, very challenging when I came on to ViaWest to, first of all, find out, how do we target net prospect new partners? How do we ensure that the contracts that they're signing are consistent? Because once you go manual, there's red lines and different things that come into it. And it wasn't until we really started evaluating a PRM platform like Treehouse is that, really that bring it all together in terms of a click to agree contract that's standardized, it's trackable, it's date stamped, and it just took all the manual work out of it, really, and we just used the back end of partners that apply, approve them, shooting emails to us and the partner about the status of their application, the status of their contract, the status of their lead, and it took probably a whole man or woman head count, right, that we were able to almost, take out or repurpose of manual work that went into trying to accomplish that. And we found that, now we're really concentrated on what's important, and what's important is our existing partners and driving net new partners, and that's where we're putting our energy now.
That's great. So it sounded like there wasn't much in place when you started. What were some of the key business drivers for you and issues you wanted to resolve up front when looking at PRM solutions when you came on board? Were there some priorities that you had? Right.
So the first, of course, from a sales perspective, the priority's always got to be, and even ROI on this is, how do we grow our business? How do we grow the number of partners, but in a strategic way and a repeatable business way? Not looking more tactical and just sign up as many partners as we could, but really what's going to be the enabler and the driver to do that in terms of more leads, which equal more opportunities, more face time with customers via the partner, whether they're referring or reselling, and that was really the business driver in saying, all right, what platform is going to enable us to do that? What also platform is going to give us the look and feel of our corporate website? And really another one for me that was very important was the flexibility, the ease of working with a vendor like Treehouse or a vendor in general, right? How flexible, how easy am I going to be able to get things done in a timely manner, work proactively with your team, Reagan? So that all went into it, not only from a financial perspective, but really the quality of the platform, how we drive business through it, obviously. That's number one with sales. And finally, the support on the back end once you've launched.
Very good. I'm sure some of the folks on the phone are thinking, how did you get to Treehouse? Why did you pick them? Were there specific things that they offered that ultimately led you to the decision to select ResellerView for your PRM? Can you help them understand how you got to this decision?
Yeah. Prior to joining ViaWest, I was with another company that was using Salesforce.com as a PRM. Now, Salesforce.com is a great CRM platform. It provides, it's very robust. It provides a lot of end-to-end kind of, solutions for an enterprise. But from a PRM perspective, it was extremely challenging. And unless you have the infrastructure either internally or externally through third-party contractors to kind of build out really a vanilla platform, there was a lot of lessons learned from that to say, all right, from a channel perspective, what's a vendor out there that just does channel, focuses only on channel, and does channel well? And Treehouse was the clear choice. And I saw Treehouse actually as in the Salesforce AppExchange, which was very attractive at the time at my previous employer, which was very easy to integrate into the CRM platform. So I looked at a few vendors out there, and Treehouse was clearly you want to go with someone that is in the industry, understands channel, understands what partners, more importantly, are looking for, and that was kind of an easy decision for us. Now here at ViaWest, we don't utilize Salesforce as a PRM. We have a CRM that is Sugar. So what we're doing today is we're building our own APIs to integrate with Treehouse. We did it kind of the harder way, but for me, I really wanted Treehouse as a platform to drive our business. So we're kind of doing that and integrating that internally rather than having kind of the natural integration points of Salesforce.com.
Thank you for answering all those questions. I know we were getting ready to dive into the portal, so I guess we can go back to the portal and take a look around, and you can show off what you're offering your partners.
Okay. Well, why don't we start with, so what we've done here with the three tabs here is we gave the opportunity for, under current promotions for someone to either scroll down or immediately just kind of hit that tab and take you to what do we want to drive as a, a driver in the business for our partners. This could be something on a monthly, quarterly perspective, but it's really, again, keeping it simple, not throwing a lot of things at partners, not spamming different kind of promotions that we have out there, but just a quickie that someone can come in, say, okay, that fits my business, and go. The most important thing for me, obviously, from a sales perspective, is to register my leads. So we wanted to make that really front and center. And let's face it, most of the time the partners are coming in, it's really only for two reasons. One is to register the leads, very important, of course, in order to capture and scrub the information to ensure that another partner has not already registered a deal, so there's no conflict there. Secondly, when you have a direct business, you want to make sure that there's no conflict of a direct salesperson working an opportunity that a partner may bring. So that was very important for us to have the functionality and an automated way to do that. And secondly, what it affords us is to track this all the way through so that we're paying the partner timely. And that's the most important thing. So here you'll see it's not too onerous. It's really just very simple on the company, who the end user is, add any comments. We have a campaign code if we're running a promotion that tracks all the way through our system so that we're very, very clear and precise in how we compensate the partner. So that was important for us.
Well, and I think you hit on a great point here. The benefit to Via West is that you now have visibility into all of your partner leads and opportunities. But the benefit to the partner is they have the ability to have that deal exclusivity and to know what you're going to pay them, right? That you're tracking that it's not, going into a vacuum, and they have some way to hold you accountable for that lovely carrot you're dangling out there and the residual commission structure you have.
Right, that was the most important. So what I always tell partners, and even resellers, because resellers, of course, are owning the customer relationship, but if we have visibility into who the end customer is, right, it just makes us all a little smarter on not only what we're doing internally, but for the partner itself to track that all the way through. So, we have a very, very good trusted partner relationship with all of our partners, and it's worked very, very well.
Great. Thanks for sharing. So you talked a little bit earlier about your marketing resources and the collateral that you're offering your partners. Do you want to talk a little bit in more detail around that and what you're offering here?
Right. So as you can see here, very, very clean in terms of the subfolders that we have, and really after the lead registration, the second thing that partners are always coming in is around the marketing content. Because to be honest, if you don't make the content that's in the portal, I mean, you can build it, but they won't come unless you have something dynamic that's driving them there. I mean, we all know today you might go on to CNN, you might go on to USA Today, whatever website that you click onto for information every day, you'll go to that website because it's got news, it's offering you something that you may not have known the day before. So with a partner portal, I don't have the expectation partners are going to come in every day and use the portal, but if we make the promotions and the content and the collateral dynamic, then partners are going to keep coming to this as a resource, which takes strain away from a sales team or channel account team. And it's easier for them off hours or whatever to come in, look at our marketing content, and have that, right? So the main thing that we launched with Treehouse here in the last month or so is co-branded collateral. I get requests all the time from partners saying, look, great slicks, I want to put them out to either from a reseller or if I'm a referral partner to my customers, is saying, what is Via West? What are the solutions that you have, and how can I show that we're kind of partnered together really in a more formal way? So as you can see here, here's a co-location slick. This gives a very automated and easy way for partners to come in the portal and download their logo and contact details here at the bottom and the top, where it really gives a true partnership to the customer that, the partner, you are the trusted advisor to the customer, and we as Via West is a vendor there supporting that. So as you can see here, Reagan has an example of the Treehouse logo, and then the contact details right beside it, and of course it's co-branded with Via West. So very, very easy download, very easy to distribute. We have out there, I believe, 6 or 8 different levels or messages that partners can come in from a solution perspective, learn about our data centers, learn about our solutions and our HIPAA compliancy, co-location, cloud, anything, right? Makes it very easy. Partners don't have to constantly ask us for that. They can come in and do it themselves. So it's very self-serve.
And what type of feedback have you received from your partners regarding this since you added it? And I know it's fairly new, but I was just wondering, have you received much feedback on adding this?
Yeah, they find it very, very, again, easy, transparent. Before we had this, they would have to contact our marketing department. It was 1 or 2 days while we were putting it, together in terms of, the PDF and how we unlocked it and locked it. And I know probably all you guys are familiar with if you've ever done that before. And then you have to send it out via email, et cetera. This now gives them a platform where they can do that easily. So the comments I get is, hey, this is great. I can come in and get it. I don't need to wait a couple days. I can immediately get it out to my installed base or to my prospects and customers. So it's really cut down the amount of time that a partner can be nimble and get the information that they want out to their customers. So it's been really effective.
I'm sure that your marketing team loves you even more so because they got hours back in their day, right? So they don't have to do this work for the partners anymore.
Right, and there can be some smaller vendors that maybe don't have a dedicated marketing person that, they might have a marketing person that's focused on online or whatever they may be focused on. This just kind of takes it away and just really, again, puts the automation, the self-serve into it, which is invaluable.
No, that's great. So what type of metrics did you put in place to measure the success as you've implemented this new PRM system within BioWest?
Yeah, we made a goal between ourselves, right, in a kind of symbiotic relationship again with the launch of our program and the platform to grow our partner base by 35% within the first 9 months, really. And so far we launched in October, so we're coming up on really almost 7 months, 8 months. We're already at 30%, right? So we basically grew our partner base by 30% on active partners that are doing, business and repeatable business with us, as well as our goals for this year from an MRR perspective was to grow our business, well, really double our MRR. So how do we grow partners, but the right partners, bringing more leads and opportunities to us so that we could double our partner revenue? So our business is growing exponentially, and as partner business is 30% of that. That's actually, growing year on year because the overall business is growing. So as we keep up with the 30%, it really equated to doubling the amount of business we do in 2014. And so far, with the program and with the tools that we have, we're on track within our, first 3 months, first quarter, on hitting that. And so we're very, very pleased and where we're at. So we're happy with that. So that was kind of the main thing for me was while you provide all these tools and the program, it's how do you grow revenue? That's number one.
Great. So what are some of the lessons that you learned, going through this process?
I think going through this process of decision making on a PRM is really, what are your resources? What do you setting out really your goals and objectives and requirements, and what is the size of your team, right? And what can you support? Because if you go the route that we have with Treehouse, right, it's very, very simple, easy, all the management and support from UI down to the customization of whatever you want to do on this page is done for you versus potentially doing that in-house, which is, I'll admit to you guys, my experience in trying to get on an IT person's priority list on all the different priorities you may have internally is extremely difficult, right? And I just couldn't get to make, get this on the top 5 of priority list to either customize something that we would do, with another provider, and support that, and any changes that need to be made had to go through the IT department. That can be painful. With Treehouse, it's, there's a resource always there. The contract that we have and the normal conditions that you guys have is there's kind of support hours that are associated every month. So whatever we want to make changes to are included in that price. So it's very, very easy. I have someone on demand every time I want to make a change. I can get it done quickly and roll it out, within a day, where before I was seeing that it was taking me probably, 2 to 3 weeks at the earliest, going through production runs, going through test and dev. So I would say, look at your internal infrastructure, look at what you want to, what are your goals and objectives in driving your partner program, and then that'll kind of dictate to you really where you want to spend your time. And for us, it was all about, we want to spend our time focused on partners and focus on winning business, not on IT, IT resources and trying to build these things manually internally. It just didn't work.
Well, and Sean, I don't know if it makes sense to share maybe, like, you're not a one-man show over there. Like, you have a good-sized team. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you structure your time and how things are managed on the portal? You talked a little bit about, Treehouse making updates and changes and doing some of that for you. But, I know you have a good-sized team over there. It's not that you don't necessarily have some of the resources. It's just how are you balancing who does what now as a result of that?
Right. So yeah, so again, we focus it more on the customer or the partner, right, than internally. So, really you don't need a whole huge infrastructure. So we have a program manager that manages the back end of partners that come in, and apply. That person reaches out to the prospective partner, has the conversation, sees if it's a fit for both parties, right? And then moves that along to, once we approve in the back end that a partner is a good fit, that then automates, login and password and a contract, right? That the prospect can go in, click to agree, and move forward immediately on whatever lead they might have that they might want to register, or really get started with us. So really, we have 3 channel account managers that cover nationally. We do that out in the field regionally. We have a program manager. We have myself, and the rest of it really, the whatever I may want to change or customize in the project management, I don't need the team internally to do that. I can focus them on really investing in heads to go out and recruit new partners or manage the partners that we have. So we have a team of about 6 that manages really over 200 partners today and growing. So for us, it was all about where we're focusing our time productively and not spinning our wheels on trying to keep a portal up that internally was difficult to manage, or as we talked about before, prior to Treehouse, it was all done manually, and that was extremely painful because our channel account managers, instead of spending time with partners, they were spending time internally trying to find contracts, trying to find where leads were registered via email, and none of them were cataloged, correctly. So while we did it successfully, it just wasn't a good use of our time. And Treehouse has enabled us to really focus on our core business.
So what advice would you give to the channel marketers and channel managers on the webinar today, or that might listen to the recording, on best practices for building and maintaining a successful, sustainable partner program?
Right. So my advice is be very, very choosy in who you choose as a PRM vendor, right? Make sure it's a great fit for you and your business. And from our perspective, Treehouse really, like I said, I've worked with very big public companies from Avaya to Rackspace to ViaWest. So you make sure that it's a fit, and Treehouse ticked all those boxes. But also, you want to go with a platform or a vendor that's been there and done that before. So the references that Treehouse comes from are very, very key and very, very important. And they're focused only on the channel. So if you have a channel business, you want to go with someone that's been there, done that, has experience with other vendors. And you saw some of the list that Treehouse has, right? Good list of referenceable partners in our vertical and many other verticals. So look for someone who's been tested and tried and been there, And finally, for me, it's very, very important to have a relationship with the vendor and have a very good relationship. So for me, it's all about the support and all about being able to get a hold of someone, being able to make changes when necessary, and the speed that you can get back to market and whatever you want to change, or whatever collateral or whatever content you might want to change on the portal, making sure that that is something that you can easily access in the support model with Treehouse, and that's what we found was very, very effective. There's a tremendous amount of partners that, vendors out there that have, an okay platform, but they may not have the support model, so you're left, being very frustrated and getting things done in a timely manner.
Thank you. So I know you had a promotion you wanted to share with folks today, so let me just bring that up. One of the promotions you're offering your partners. Do you want to share that with everyone?
Yeah, we're very excited. What we want to do really is from a prospect perspective, we're looking for partners that are, of course, really want to strategically see the value of iOS, and then what we can bring to you as a partner and to your customers. So what we want to do off of this, for all the participants on the webinar today, is to immediately, instead of coming in at that silver level at 5%, come in at the gold level. We'll force tier for 12 months for any deal that we can close with a new customer by the 30th of June, right? So come in, register to become a partner, register that lead closes. We want to, make the offer of force tiering everyone to 10%. Of course, if your MRR then grows, then you'll be re-tiered to 15 or 18%, right? So really, we do a look back period of what your business is after 12 months, and similar to like an airline program, we're saying, all right, how did the business go in the last 12 months, and where are we going strategically together, and what is your MRR to maintain those tiers? So this would really give a potential partner prospect the opportunity to double from 5%, that would be potentially under 5K, to 10% at 10K, but anything over 10K in terms of MRR, even on a first deal, would be eligible for even 15 or 18%, depending on that deal. So we're very excited to offer this, and hopefully we'll have partners that'll take advantage of it.
Well, Sean, thank you for your time today. I hope this has been valuable to the folks on the phone. Megan, I'm going to pass things back over to you. Maybe we have some questions from some of our attendees. I think we still have some time.
Thanks, Reagan. Yeah, we've received quite a few, so let's see how many we can get to. So, Sean, how do you allocate leads to your channel partners by geography, vertical, complexity, or another methodology?
Okay, so from an allocation of leads to partners, we're not doing that today from the point of view of if we need a strategic partner, let's say in migration services, et cetera, we will then pass the lead to work together on a particular solution that may be needed. But other than that, the portal, as you saw today in the walkthrough, is really designed for the partner to provide leads to ViaWest and receive compensation in return for that. So we do work strategically with some partners in terms of the services that complement ViaWest, but otherwise the portal is really designed the other way for leads to be allocated to us as a vendor.
Well, and I think, Sean, that kind of goes back to the ViaWest business model where you have the direct sales team. So I work with other customers that have more of a channel focus, and so they don't sell direct. So when they are generating leads, they want to pass those off and do lead distribution. And I think it's just that your business model, because you have that direct side of the house, you're more inclined to take the leads and work them internally versus pass them over to a partner. Is that right? Correct.
Yeah, and that goes back to the relationship we have with, we avoid all channel conflict, and how people are compensated within ViaWest is very neutral, right? So there's no bent towards the direct business if you're either a channel account manager or a partner. But yes, we do, right, as I mentioned, we're 70-30 kind of split between channel and direct, but yet all the leads through partners, the direct team's motivated to work with partners because they get those leads. So it works very well.
Okay, great. Let's grab another one here while we have you. Do you reduce retail prices or overtime, and how does that play with your partners, basic on share of revenue?
So really, it's a partnership. So we do re-tier if partners are not maintaining the tier levels. So the silver at 5, gold at 10K, platinum 25K, and then over 25K the platinum plus. So if after 12 months a look back we haven't maintained those tiers, then there's a discussion, right? We'll sit down and strategically talk about, okay, how did we miss? Why did we miss? What was the marketing and business plan that we established when we formed our relationship? And if it'll really be a business decision, to continue on at the current tier or not. But if we're seeing that what we're doing is not working, then let's involve more marketing potential spend and see how we go to market together. But otherwise, yes, there is a drop of tiers if you're not maintaining the levels that are in the program. It's, again, similar to an airline program. If you don't fly 1 million miles, you might drop. But we like to work together so that by the time you get to that 12 months, we should be very clear kind of where we're at. And if we see that we're not going the right direction, how do we correct that before we get there?
Okay, great. Let's see if we have time for one more. What kind of tools are you using to measure ROI for your program?
Yeah, so today, because we're working on the integration to our CRM, which is not native like Salesforce, is we're taking the leads that you're seeing here and we're re-entering them into our CRM system. Once we integrate, right, right when you register a lead, it can go right into your CRM. So how I'm measuring ROI is before and after. There's the intangibles about time spent. We talked about that a little bit, but more importantly is through I'm launching e-learning through the partner portal, right? So combined with e-learning, the platform itself, how many leads are we generating? How many partners that are, so number one would be leads, I would say. Number two would be how many partners have gone from tactical to strategic. So maybe they brought 1 or 2 leads in all of 2013. How I'm measuring ROI and the effectiveness of the program and the tool is, are they bringing me more leads now? Am I making it easier for them to do that? And I can track very easily between the amount of leads coming in that translate to close rates and revenue, as well as, of course, the amount of time spent on it. But for me, it all comes back to revenue and leads and making sure from a mathematical perspective, we know how many leads we need, what our conversion rate needs to be, what our average ARPU is, which will translate to what we need to do to hit our goals. And so far, right, with the launch of the new program and with the Treehouse platform, we're way ahead of those goals.
So
that's fantastic.
To summarize that, I heard you say, increased revenue, you're having through the lead registration in your partners, you're getting your partners better trained so they're more educated and better equipped. But then on the flip side of that, you have the automation. Earlier you mentioned that you're saving time and money in the legal process because of the contract management. You're saving money on the marketing side, time and money there with the co-branded document. So it's like a lot of, it's kind of a big ROI there with all these different pieces when you add them up. Very good.
Correct. Yeah. So finance and marketing are happy with me. For finance, we're saving money. Marketing, we're becoming more efficient. But then from just straight numbers, as you said, yeah, it's all about leads. It's all about how we're growing our revenue. And with the tool, I'm able to track ROI effectively. And I can say it gives the partners an easier platform to do that, which has increased our consideration rate with partners and generating more leads. And I've also seen a lot more partners being attracted, not only because of the program, but obviously the tool as a part of that program to do that. Like I said, we've grown our partner base by 30% with some very strategic resellers and distributors.
That's great. Well, Sean, we're coming up at the end of the hour, so I want to thank you so much for co-hosting this webinar with us today. I hope our attendees got a lot of good information on it. Thank you for showing us your portal. I think that was really helpful to take a look and see, this real-world scenario in action. And Reagan, thank you as well. And then lastly, I'd just like everybody to know that the next webinar in our Channel Marketers Toolbox webinar series will be with Deb Broderson of Perks, and she's going to review the best practices of the channel sales and incentive programs on May 22nd at 1 p.m. Eastern. But with that, thanks again, Sean and Reagan, and I'll let everybody get back to their day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.